Good morning, my beautiful people. So today is December 9th, 2023, guys. Good, I just want to come in. Thank you guys for being here. So anyway, the day today, we are going to go to I'm going to be doing a wedding. It's about maybe 40-minute drive, so I am on my way there. I already packed everything up. Everything's in the car, so just keep watching so you guys can watch the whole glam, a little bit of here and there of what I can record because my camera is acting out. It kind of goes off and on, and so I think I need a new one. So anyway, maybe that'll be my Christmas present. So anyway, guys, this is my whole outfit right here. As you guys can see, black shirt, joggers, and some nice comfy clothes to wear. So the day today, I'm going to be doing a bridal look. I'm going to be adding extensions, so it's going to be an amazing, beautiful day for the bride. So guys, keep on watching. I gotta go wash my glass before I go, so let's get going. All right, guys, so I think I found her. I'm looking for her cabin. So, okay, they said right around the building. So let's go right around the building. All right, guys, so I think we are here. So let's find this beautiful bride. All right, guys, I think I found my bride's cabin, so let's go get this bride started with her hair and her makeup. We got literally here right on time, so 7:30, that was my thing, and then that way I could start getting off all my stuff and start with her about 8 o'clock. So let me show you guys. So this is literally like all of my stuff. Okay, so hopefully she's up and going. So this is the bags that I ended up putting in here, and then the rest of the stuff in here. So quite a lot of things. Alright, guys, I'm gonna keep going, and that's literally the run and the walk that I'm gonna do every time. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, queens, here we go. We are starting off. As you guys can see, I am setting up, trying to make space for the bride and for myself to be able to be out of the party's way. I did not park any closer just because I knew that family members were going to come through, and I didn't know if they had stuff for her or whatever. So that's the reason that I didn't park my car any closer, just in case one of you guys were like, why didn't you park closer? So in this case, I was trying to look for an extension, and make sure you have extension cords is very important. I did bring one, and I had it on the other side with the hair curling stuff. And then I did find good positioning for my lighting. So I definitely needed lighting because it was a little dark in there. We didn't have like really good light. Sometimes, the majority of the time, the lighting could be yellow, and it does not help with the makeup. So here, as you guys can see, I started off now. I was halfway and I was like, oh shoot, I did not record. But it's always, you know, one of those things that me being a recorder, the videographer, the photographer, doing a little bit of everything, and then styling and trying to remember what I did, what I didn't do, you know, to not forget certain things, it's kind of hard. And the thing was, I couldn't leave my camera on because it was kind of doing a little thing that it was kind of turning off. And if it would have turned off, it would have like not recorded, or it wouldn't have shown what was recorded if it was like memory arrow, something like that. So I was having to like pay attention and turn it off, turn it on. And yeah, guys, so all I do so that you guys can get some good content. All right, you guys, so here I am focusing on the brows, trying to make sure that they're all even. So make sure when you are doing a client or even yourself, check and see how your brows are. Sometimes we have to kind of play around to make them look even. Not every time it's appropriate to just do them as they are, because then one might look higher than the other because you're like, oh, you know, your brows look like this. Try to see if you can fix them if possible, make them look more even. I know that I've had that happen with some clients. But anyway, guys, we are now prepping the eye with a concealer, doing the transition color, trying to focus more on an angled look, and then a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner. The lashes were soft, they were not too elaborate, and the liner was not elaborate or too thick. So we were trying to give a little balance, but at the same time give that nice beautiful look that she was looking for. Okay, so on this bride, we did not do a trial. We did not do hair trial, makeup trial, no trial. So I was very comfortable that she confided in me and that she had, enough courage to let me do her hair and her makeup on the day of. With what I know, guys, let me tell you, sometimes the trials can be completely different to the date of, and then it's like, what did we focus on? And then it's like they want a complete look differently to what we did in the trial. So sometimes I think that's my thing. I don't like to do trials just because eventually we end up doing something else. But from my work, I let them know, like, look, check out my work, see the before and afters, and it gives them an idea that I kind of know what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, they just need to kind of show me what they want, and then me focusing on their face, depending on their structure, what I need to do to extend, maybe more cheekbone, to elaborate more of the eyes, the brows, sharpen up that nose, just anything that I have to do from my experience from doing so many different faces, different features. So I love that. But at the same time, if we need to do a trial and they want a trial, we do it, girl. So there is no worries on that. But here we are now in the process of the makeup, the baking, the powders, the bronzers, the shimmers, everything, guys. So believe me when I say these looks take time and a lot of blending, so that way everything looks flawless, put together. It doesn't look patchy, and I do that. I make it happen. So if possible, I am not so whatever perfect, but I try to perfect my work as much as possible. I do a lot of different things on myself just to kind of see how it would do, what it would do. And then there's sometimes that I put my foot in the fire because I end up doing it the day of just to kind of trial and error, see what happens. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm very comfortable and confident when it comes down to certain products, different things that I have to do, just because I've done it enough that I don't get scared to do it the day of. But the majority of the time, I normally practice on myself on certain things that maybe, for the prepping, just to kind of see how it feels. Did it break up the makeup? Did it do anything different to what I usually do with my makeup prepping, or my skincare, or the powders or the bronzers, anything of that sort. But here we are still on it, guys. As you guys can see, I have two different powders. These are the MAC Studio Fix powders, and I was just kind of mixing them in just to kind of warm down a little bit of the powder before I started setting the face. But it's a very different process with pretty much all the girls. I try to do something different. I feel like that's just me. And when we do a trial, I normally focus back on using the same things. Once in a while, I'll change it up just depending. I'll be like, look, I think this is going to be just, much better. It's going to suit you better. Things of that sort. But for the majority of the time when we do a trial, I try to fit in the same things that we use, so that way it's not so different. Only if they decide to be like, hey, you know what? Do your thing. I think I trust you. Just do something different, completely to the trial. So that has happened also. But anyway, back to the makeup. So here we are doing now the highlight, guys. I love doing the highlight. And then sometimes I even add a little bit more blush just to kind of pop it out a little bit and kind of, mix in and blend the highlight with everything else, so it doesn't look like it's just too harsh. But I do the little touches here and there. And believe me when I say sometimes I do forget certain things, but I'm only human, and here we are with our lovely bride. She looks amazing. So now we're going to let her breathe and stand up and stretch out those cheekbones and butt cheeks because she was sitting there for a good minute. And then I'm just going to do the other brides, just soft looks, as you guys are going to see in a minute. Okay, so the main focuses here were just on this one was more on the brow. She wanted to make sure that her brows were, set right. And everything was just more of a soft look. They didn't want nothing too dramatic, nothing over the top, just more soft glams, guys. And when I say soft glams, I mean soft glams. And sometimes people be like, I want a soft glam, and then they show me a picture and it's a full darn blown out good glam, like it's a full glam. So anyway, these ladies did want something soft, and then I did the little girl's hair. Well, her little girl's hair is so beautiful. I loved it. Turned out so cute. And then we have this other bridesmaids right here. We did a little pop there with, just a little bit of the lip, and then just a very soft glam. And the ladies here were just posing, doing their thing, because it was almost time for them to get ready and get prepped. And we were going to do the bride's hair after they did a little bit of the pictures. And then they took more pictures after that, guys. So believe me when I say In the in-between, I was either trying to eat, trying to clean up, do little things here and there to just kind of organize the area where I was working, which sometimes I don't even get to do that, guys. But when it gets to picture time, that's when I feel like I can breathe. But then I'm over there trying to take pictures myself, trying to vlog, you know, do a little bit of everything. So it does get a little frustrating, especially when I don't have help. So I do think that my daughter at some point will eventually be like, hey, I think I need to go help my mom a little bit more often. But it is what it is now. All right, you guys. So this is a very requested hairstyle. Let me tell you what. It takes time and effort and patience to make sure that these curls are very beautiful, defined, rolled appropriately, because if they are not rolled appropriately, believe me, you will see it when it is loosened up. It won't have that beautiful shape, and then it's a little bit more difficult to make it look pretty. So here we actually used some extensions that I had, and I was like, girl, I'm going to let you use my extensions so that way your hair looks more voluminous and it gives that shape that we want. So I was taking my time and just kind of prep the hair and make sure it was going to be nice and shiny. And I can't exactly remember right now out of my brain what all hairsprays I used, but I was using certain sprays, certain things to make sure that the texture and it, you know, the hair was nice and shiny and it stayed. So these hairsprays are very good, and I'll link the name, or I'll put the name of the product that I used. You'll see me using that one a lot. But overall, guys, this does take a lot of patience to make sure you roll up the hair. There's all kinds of ways to be able to roll and configure the style you want, especially in the front. I was actually using a technique just to kind of make sure that the underneath was opened, but it didn't go into that little frizzy moment. So I was trying to take my time because it was raining that day and we did not know how the weather was going to be. I almost think that at every bride or quinceañera, it's either raining or it's breezy with rain or something, but they say it's for good luck. So we're gonna take it like that. But here I'm taking piece by piece, just kind of dropping it, opening it up, and as the night and evening goes, obviously her hair was going to drop a little bit, but I didn't want to like spread them out or comb it out too much for that Hollywood wave. I wanted it a little bit more tighter, just so that that way the hair was going to stay and we were going to be able to you know, see that her hair was going to pull through the night and it wasn't just going to drop once she got into the building, because she did have to walk outside, obviously with an umbrella. But you know, the humidity, the rain, it could do something to the hair when you stand out there too long. So here I was just kind of lifting up, making those waves and just prepping the hair little by little, taking my time to make sure that the hair was doing what I wanted it to do, and just making it really beautiful and soft, and open it up as much as I could without really taking away the curl, so that way it doesn't you know, reduce too much as she goes throughout the night. So guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know that I didn't, you know, share everything. Sometimes it's very impossible to share everything, but that's why I'm going to be doing these hair online classes. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check them out. I actually have one right now that is for about $37 in my TikTok shop in my Stan store. If you guys want to go check it out, it's a online masterclass that I actually have with 5 different hairstyles, and this one is on a mannequin, so that's why the price is, you know, really good, but the hairstyles are beautiful. And then eventually I'm going to be putting out more master classes, but this next master class is going to be with a model. So I'm going to try to do different hairstyles with different types of hair so that you guys can you know, enjoy and have something different, and be aware that all the hairs are going to be doing something, you know, different when it comes down to styling it and prepping it and all that good jazz. So I hope to share all of that so that if you guys are interested in doing hairstyles and wanting to get into this beauty industry, you guys have something to look forward to. Okay, chicas, another thing, make sure that when they do the trials, if they have the veil, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do have hair pieces with them and sometimes they don't. So make sure you have something to provide. As a hairstylist, I've learned that the hard way. Normally they come in and they don't have anything, so they can't really like visualize it like I would. So it's always necessary for you to have something so that they can have an understanding of how it's going to look if they're going to want to use a crown, a hairpiece like this, a small hairpiece, maybe like a little thin hairband, just anything that you could think of, little pieces that are small that you can kind of put into the hair different ways. So just have that in hand, so that way it just gives them an idea if in case they don't have one. So this bride was just so excited and so just very thankful that she was like, oh my God, you have a gift. You are an artist. And I love my job. I love what I do. And you guys can tell, I mean, I'm all into it. Sometimes I forget that the camera's there. Sometimes I forget, you know, what I'm doing because I'm so concentrated. But at the same time, I do enjoy making my art and having my brides and my quinceañeras and whoever's sitting in my chair feel beautiful more than they already are, guys. So the beauty is within, but when we glam up, it just comes full out. And let me tell you what, she was so excited. The party was just so overwhelmed that she looked so good. She was just very empowering, so very Hollywood. So I hope you guys are enjoying it up until now, guys. I was trying to find like good lighting. My lights kind of mess up my camera, so it kind of throws it off. So I'm having to angle different ways so that way you guys get a good little inside of what's going on and from all kinds of angles. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. All right, so making sure you have great lighting is always going to be amazing, guys, because not all the time am I going to have a window that is going to provide great lighting. So you have to make sure that you have great lighting, that you have a little setup that's going to help you know where everything is, and just make it feel so much more comfortable for you and your party of the bride or of the quinceañera. So the chicas are now getting all excited and prepped up with the jewelry, with their perfume, with a deodorant, with everything that they have going on. I was all up in her face, just tidying up certain little things around the lips because she did eat and decided to get something to drink. So I was like, go ahead, do what you got to do, and then before I leave, I'll go ahead and touch you up. So that is what I was doing. And then as I was later on putting on the shimmer, the ladies were all excited because it looks so good. I love to mix my shimmers. I don't just use one, just because sometimes the skin tones, it depends, I guess. To me, it just varies, guys. So every artist, every hairstylist, every makeup artist is going to do something completely different, and that is what we're all about. So I was just trying to provide a little bit more extra to her body, so that way it just gives it a nice little glow when she's like in the light and everything and in the picture. So we were all like tackling her, trying to make sure that everything's in its spot, cutting out little things here and there, you know, just doing everything we can as a team, so that way the bride feels comfortable and not stressed and overwhelmed, because sometimes the excitement can just cause and provoke stress. So we were trying to keep her calm and keeping her laughing and just doing all the things that are needed to make sure that this goes better than planned. So these body glows, I do get various ones. I have one that I actually picked up at, I think it was Walmart, and the other one is the Fenty Beauty. So I'll have them, you know, in the little description box if you guys want to check them out, because I do have two of the Fenty Beauty one. It's more lighter, and then that one in the gold. So here she is giving it a little twirl just so that you guys get all the full glam of how her hair and her makeup is, and me here trying to do a little bit of, you know, different angles so that way I can provide some work into my Instagram or my Facebook, or just to be able to do little clips for my TikTok. So I think about and try to think about everything that I have to do to make sure that I provide different things. So YouTube has something different. Obviously you see more of it, and in TikTok, well, it's a little bit more of the shorter. I think it gives about 10 minutes, but obviously I don't put like a full 10 minutes, only if I'm going to be talking about something so into depth. And Instagram, I share a little bit of everything, you know, when it comes down to beauty. So here I always have the privilege of helping the bride to put on her veil. So that's very empowering for me, just because it's the last touch. If the mother is not around, or if they're like too scared to mess up the hair, I end up doing that part. But overall, guys, she looks amazing. The party was so excited for, you know, the glam and how she looked and how she felt. And obviously she felt amazing. She felt ready to go. And last minute touches here and there, guys, are very important. Make sure that you ask her if her veil is really nice and snug, and how she's going to be able to take it out once she decides to not use the veil, so that way she doesn't mess up her hair. Just all the things, guys, that need to be taken in consideration. All right, my beauty, so I hope everybody enjoyed it. Check out my next videos that are coming up. It might be in English and Spanish. Just check it out, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. Bye!